stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. 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 I am a lucky one.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I'm your host on the show. My name is Felicity Girgir, and I'm here with
Wandoo Tortya.
And Rita Shamiga.
And the Speed Lane is that show where we talk about issues that affect our lives, our communities, and our society at large. And on the Speed Lane this morning, we are going to be talking about house helps and nannies, because like for many families today, having a house help or nanny has become part of their everyday lives, because with parents juggling or work, business, and other responsibilities, many children spend a significant part of their day with someone other than their parents. That's those house helps or those nannies. But whenever we hear stories of nannies, they often come from like two different experiences. Some families speak of all those nannies who treat their children with love, patience, and dedication, and then becoming like almost family, while on the other hand, other families, speak about all these nannies from the bad side, having a nanny who physically abuses the child, molests the child, or neglects the child. So we are going to be talking about that this morning. We are going to be asking like, why do people trust nannies to take care of their child? Because all these nannies, most of the times, is people that they just get introduced to the parents without knowing them like one-on-one. Yes, any formal information, just introduce them. Sometimes it's a neighbor's child that you carry as a nanny, or someone from your shop. So most of the times they are actually strangers, and you just bring them to your home. And then, so why do people like trust strangers to take care of their child? Why do you trust strangers to take care of your child? Would you trust a stranger to take care of your child? Are there maybe disadvantages? Are there advantages to it? Does the child actually become distant from the parents with the presence of these nannies? We are going to be talking about all that this morning, and you can also call in to be part of the show. Number for you to call is 0808 for asking. That's 0808 427 5464. You can call in, and we're also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And well, like I said, I'm not here alone. I'm here with Wandoo and Rita. So I'll be asking you first things first. Would you trust a stranger to take care of your child?
Yes, I would trust a stranger to take care of my child. That's if someone I've known and the person that I've earned trust. Yes, because some people, they bring strangers to take care of their children because of the experiences or the stories they heard, like someone told good testimonies about the person.
Okay, yes.
Without them having, will I say, one-to-one conversation or experience with them. So for me, if I have someone that I know too well, like will I say from strangers to sisters, like I trust, I can bring the person to take care of my child while I'm not around at my absence. When I'm not available, I go to work.
So for you, it's more of like, okay, you try to get to know the person first before bringing the person into your house.
Yes.
All right.
So for me, I would also want to get a formal information from the person I'm bringing into my home. No matter how busy a person can get, you should try as much as knowing who you want to bring into your home to stay with your children, because afterwards you might not be there, or you will not be there. What will that person teach your children, and the likes of all those other stories we've been hearing? We've heard the advantages and the disadvantages of bringing strangers. So getting a formal information, even if you're bringing the person from the village, you need to know, like, at least from the person you're actually taking the child from, or the person from the nanny from, you need to understand what the person does, what the person likes, and
but it's more of like speaking out on that, it's more of like if a parent wants to like send their child to the city, and they are always going to give that good information, right?
Yes.
So most of the times this on this particular things, parents, some people they actually lie so that they'll still go there, and so it's not about, I don't think it's about that thing of getting information from the parent or the guardian.
Still true, but then there's a kind of comfortability or treatment you give to a nanny that will not allow that child to actually do the opposite of what you expect. You understand? Even if they have lied, if you treat them harshly, they might in turn treat your own children harshly.
Right.
So the kind of living condition that's your character or behavior towards them and accepting them is what will make them better. If you've heard of the good stories of nannies, I believe it's because they were treated nicely.
All right. So, okay, you are saying that, but what if, because some of these stories that I have heard, the nannies were treated nicely, but at the end of the day, still turned out to treat the children like in a poor way?
Yeah, I've heard those kind of stories too. So, in that case, that's where the formal information comes from.
But you know that someone can pretend, right?
Yeah, they can pretend. I mean, for at least for the first 2 weeks or more. But then,
so you have never met someone who like pretended throughout, and then it was just behind your back? I don't know if you have heard, but I have heard stories of all these nannies acting differently when the parents are present, when the parents of the child are present.
True.
And it's the neighbors that at the end of the day will tell the parents that, okay, this is what is happening at home and all of that. So it's possible that those people will actually pretend in the presence of their parents and all of that, and still go back to do a different thing.
True. That's why keeping up with your children, when you come back home, at least the time you get back home, you should try to get more information from them. That's not like you are asking them to say only the bad things about the nanny, but try to know the affairs or things that go on
in the house when you are not present.
Yes, because you still see that there are so many parents these days that they've chosen work and they feel like everything is going to be fine at home as far as there's somebody that is older than their child that is staying with their children, and they don't really care to go as much as ask the child what happened today, at least with that little time, and you'll be able to get more information
or even to check
pretending.
Yes, or even to check up on their children, because some of these children, they are not like, they cannot talk. Some children are like very small, some babies rather are very small, so it's more of like you check them, check their body and all of that, and also be close to your neighbors, because most of the times your neighbors are around and they are the ones that will like get back to you and tell you that, okay, I was hearing noise in the house, I was hearing the baby crying in the house and all of that. Because I have heard lots of stories about nannies who treat the babies well. Not to say that there are no nannies that are actually good. There are nannies that are good, but I've mostly heard of because people always go on.
Yes, even will I say body movement, or like try to know the child's like her comfort. Sometimes they will not be comfortable with the nanny, but you be like, you have known this person and the stories I've heard concerning this person are good. This person cannot hurt you. Yes, he or she cannot hurt you. They are good. Because in their mom's presence they behave to be good, or like pretend to be nice, but in way they maltreat the child, or like they want to hurt the child.
So it's more of like you should check the baby's body language.
Yes, exactly. Know when she's comfortable with the nanny, or even if she's not comfortable, like in your presence, she's like trying to be comfortable for you not to notice when she's not away. Things turn out, so you should know when this child is comfortable and when she's not comfortable, so that you try to know what is, and don't neglect it. Some parents will neglect it. Don't mind her, she's a child, she doesn't know what she's doing. Yes, so they'll neglect her body language. So meanwhile the child is trying to pass information.
They will say the child is trying to adjust to the new face.
yes, it's trying to adjust to the new face. Meanwhile they know what they are going through.
Exactly.
Yes, but they are just you are neglecting because it's a child and you feel this person cannot hurt your child.
Yes, and then can you all attest to the fact that nowadays we have child nannies? You bring a child to nanny a child, and I wonder how that works, because you're also depriving that child of her own or his own childhood. So how do you expect, although the children or your children will find it easier to relate emotions to that child, but then how long would that child keep up with being a nanny? Because the child also needs to live his childhood. I don't know.
Yes, I understand. Yes. But most of the times, these nannies are like older people. Some of the times, people that have finished secondary school and all of that. Yes, so it's not the nannies are not always like children or people that are not of age.
Really, there are some nannies that I know that are 13 years old.
I know of nannies that finish secondary school.
So, anyways, we all have our points of views.
This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Felicity Girgir, and I'm here with
Wandoo Tortya
and Rita Shamiga.
And this morning on the Speed Lane, we are talking about house helps and nannies. I know that we have not differentiated this house helps from the nannies. So, like, house helps are, is that person that is hired to do those daily domestic chores like cleaning, cooking, and all of that. Why nannies is that person that usually takes care of the child. So let's just say the main duty of that nanny is like to take care of the child, to cater for the child's needs and all of that. So you can call in and share with us, why do you think that so many parents out there trust their a stranger to take care of their child? Because most of the times those nannies are not like relatives. They are people that they do not know about. Why do they trust them? Would you trust a stranger to take care of your child? Do you think that maybe there are some disadvantages or maybe there are some advantages to it? You can call in and share that with us this morning. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. And you can also watch live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makurdi and leave a comment if you have anything to say. So why do you think that parents trust strangers to take care of their children?
Well, for me, I feel they don't really trust. I feel they don't trust like that. But because some don't have families that live close by that can say, okay, come and stay with me and help me take care of my child and house chores. So when they don't have anyone to help take care of the child, they just go out desperately looking for someone that can help. Help take care of the children or the child or house chores. So when family members are not available, they make use of someone that is available.
All right.
Yes, I don't know if you get me.
Yes, and then aside family members being available, their own schedules. Some of them are career people, and they will also want to pursue their careers as much as have a family. While some of them do not have basic informations about parenting. Some of them, even with a child, they are finding it difficult to actually keep up with that child. Most especially at crawling stage, you can see that children are always up and down, up and doing, destroying. So many parents do not have the strength, or should I say the ability, to keep up with that child's kind of strength at the time,
because of work, because of being, so they need extra hand to take care of the child before they get of age to go to school and all of that. So for you already said that you will not trust anybody to take care of your child. So what if you get like busy with work and all of that?
I would trust though.
You would trust?
Yes, because I will make sure that as much as I trust you, I leave you with an environment whereby if you want to actually...
Hello,
good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Christopher. I'm calling from Girgir's quarters.
Welcome to the show, Christopher.
On the topic of discussing, I will not trust. I will rather a family member to take care of my children, nanny my children for me, because it's more safer. I won't get somebody outside to come and help me nanny my children.
All right, but what if those your family members are not, close by or are not available?
They must be available. They are extended family members as well. My wife has to have family members as well. They are available.
Okay, what's your reason? Like, why would you not trust a stranger to take care of your child?
Family is family. That's the first reason. Family is family. But somebody has no family. How would I trust that somebody will take care of my own child for me? All right. Not it.
All right.
All right. Even if they somehow mature there, the limit to which they can do that.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show, Christopher. And he said he would not trust a stranger. He would rather trust.
It was so strong.
Yes, he will only trust family, and his family must. There's no way that his family will not be available.
But then, do you know there are still so many people that prefer strangers to their families taking care of their children? And earlier I said I would trust, but then here is why I would trust. Because when I check my schedule and I see that from this time I would not be able to, do something apart from get busy, that's when I will bring a child. But then I must first of all break down this schedule. No matter how busy a person should be, that person must find time for his children, no matter what. Because this early life or early stage of a child, needs the presence of his parents, because without the presence of his parents, the nanny or the house help can also influence that child's life in various ways, maybe disadvantageously or advantageous.
All right, this is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and this morning on the Speed Lane we are talking about house helps and nannies. Bringing in a total stranger or a relative to take care of your child, because some people are saying that they will not allow a stranger, is a family member or relative, to take care of your child. Would you allow a total stranger to take care of your child? Why do people do that? Are there advantages to it? Are there disadvantages to it? You can call in and share that with us this morning. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464, and we are also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. So you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say. So do you think that maybe as with the presence of those nannies, like the child becomes distant with the parents, like the child is no longer, doesn't have that connection to their parents because they spend most of their times with the nannies? Do you think that maybe it will make that child not be close to their nannies and all of that?
Yes.
Well, let me add something to what Rita said earlier. She said she would prefer a stranger to take care of her child rather than family members. So I would say it depends on the kind of family members you have. You know the kind of family members you have. If you have a family member that is so supportive, loves you, care for you, and doesn't want anything bad to come your way, you know that you can put your child under their care. And if you have a one that you know that does not love you, you know that it's better you take the risk of having a stranger by your side to help your child than them. Okay, so coming to your question, you said that will you trust a stranger to? No,
I said that, like, do you think that there's actually there's loss of that bond between the parents and the child with the presence of those nannies? Because most of the times the child is spending more time with the nannies than the parents. Okay,
so the question now, it also depends, because if you give birth to a child, no matter how you have a nanny that is so close to the child, and the parents showed love, care to this child, no matter when no matter how she is not available, but anytime she comes back, the child will always have this desire to be with the mother.
Yes.
So it depends on how the mother treats the child. If you treat him or her with care and love, no matter how the nanny treats the child, he or she will
always prefer
the mother yes to the nanny, because she knows that is where he or she comes from. Like there's this mother to child love
bond.
There's this bond. Yes. If the mother does not care for the child and the nanny does more than
or
the
more
mother,
of like neglects the child, because some of this some mothers out there is more of like this person is taking care of the child already, so even when they go to work and they get back from work, they're mostly like, they'll just, okay, how is she doing, is she okay, did she cry today, and all of that, and then they just allow the child to go.
True.
Yes, so if the mother cares for the child, really like loves the child and doesn't neglect him or her, no matter how the nanny treats the child, like nanny also treats him or her well, but if the parents also does that, but depending that they don't have time, but anytime they have time for the children, they treat them, the child will always be by the mother's side.
Okay, so I know a story is actually of my auntie. She was not going to work, but when she gave birth to her children, after a particular time, she started having complications. So she had to bring somebody that would stay with her children. So with the time that she was staying at home and always checking up on the children, excuse me, the children still preferred to stay with the nannies.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So earlier I said something about child nannies, because these days, most especially in our own community, you see that a nanny is also carrying out the works of a house help, cleaning, doing so many other things. And would you believe that this child was 11 years when they brought her, and she was going back, I guess, to the village or somewhere else when she was 15 years, and one of her child fell sick. Immediately the girl left, he felt sick for like a week. And so many people that were hearing the story were like, the girl has used juju on the child or something, but then it's the bond that she actually created with the children. She was able to understand them, understand their emotions, keep up with them and the activities that they are always doing, because I told you earlier that she was a child, so relating with them was much more easier. You understand? So even with the presence of these children's parents, they still had that that kind of undisclosed bond with the nanny that was available. So sometimes it doesn't only have to do with neglect. If the child actually enjoys the company of the nanny or the house help, being or having that kind of bond with the parents might be really, really stretchy. It might not be something that is so good. The relationship might not be so good.
All right.
Yeah, so there's basically distance.
All right. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And this morning on the Speed Lane, we're talking about house help and nannies. And so far, so good. We've been talking about what would you trust a stranger to take care of your child? Why do many parents out there trust strangers to take care of their children or relatives to take care of their children? Are there advantages to it? Are there disadvantages to it? Well, you can call in and share with us this morning. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. And we are also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makurdi. So you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say. Would you trust a stranger to take care of your child? Why do people do that and all of that? Call in and share that with us. So do you think that maybe there are advantages to it, to letting a stranger take care of your child?
Yes, there are advantages because at least you have your peace. For the time that the nannies or the house help is around, you have your peace, you can do what you want, you can focus on even your career. And not just that, you're also leaving your children with somebody. If you've brought the person to your house, you should be able to also trust the person. So you believe that whatsoever the child is learning is maybe good. And the child is also in good condition. So you have that peace and you are able to think, even hear yourself breathe and do other things. And then aside that, you also see that the children are now able to, if you didn't have a good relationship with them, they are able to tell the nannies around what they are up to, about their lives, where it has reached, and from there you can also get information for yourself. That's for parents that don't have good relationship with their children, which I think and I know is very bad. So you wanted to say something, Wandoo?
Yes. I wanted to say something. You said the parents have their peace. So what if they have their peace and the child himself or herself doesn't have peace? Okay, that's by the way. So you said advantages of allowing someone to take care of your children.
If there are advantages to it, if you think that there are advantages to it.
Okay, of course, yes, there are advantages to it because, let's say convenience, because it has a parent to be convenient. Just imagine you are a worker, you wake up in the morning, you have to go to work and come back late. So if you have a nanny to help you, like take care of the house chores and take care of the baby, you know how training a child can be so drained. It can drain someone.
You can drain.
Yes. So if you have someone that can help you take care of the children, it helps reduce the stress. Just imagine going to work stress and home stress again. So it helps. It reduces load for someone. Yes. And will I say emotional support, because when you have someone that will help you. Sometimes when you come home, the nanny help you to, like, will I say, calm you down from the child's will I say, playfulness. So yes,
food is already made,
everything
is done,
everything is done. Yes, so it helps you to calm down, the stress is reduced and you feel okay. This is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and this morning on the Speed Lane we're talking about house helps and nannies. Would you trust a nanny to take care of your child? Why do many parents trust nannies with their children? Call in and share that with us this morning. Do you think there are advantages to it, or do you think there are only disadvantages to it? Because so many people out there think that there are only disadvantages to it. Call in and share that with us this morning. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. It's 0808 427 5464. Our first caller earlier, he strongly believes in the availability of like a family member. He said that he will not trust a stranger. He's strongly on that. He will not trust a stranger to take care of his child. It must be a relative or a family member. But what about you? What do you think? Will you actually trust a nanny to take care of your child? Call in and share that with us. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. And we are also streaming live on Facebook at
at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makwidi. So you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say. So what about the disadvantage, or you think that there are only advantages to it?
So before we get to the disadvantages, I feel so many people are forgetting the part of acceptance. Your ability to accept the person that is in your house will also aid in getting more advantages or more good sides from that person. You see, it's from so many people that have refused to trust strangers. It's either they had an experience with them or the other. And there is a story that I was actually live like this somewhere, and somebody called in and he was trying to report a case where this woman brought in a house help because she was not available all the time, and this girl had to stay with the children, take care of the children, and in fact do so many chores at the same time while looking after these children. So when she comes back home, she would like to encourage the girl, scold her, flog her for unnecessary things. Even if the children go wrong, she will have to she want to maltreat the child.
She'll blame it all on the
exactly. Then she'll be like, you have been around, you are with these children, I expect you to have more sense. You are older than them. You are not even from a city environment that I will say you are an ajebo, you are an ajepako from the village. So why are you behaving like? And then she start flogging the child and doing the rest. So there was a day she kept food for her child, and when this nanny came back from the market, she was so hungry. She was about to prepare food, and she just decided to take the child's food and just eat it while she prepares her own food, because the child didn't even want to eat the food at that time. And when she came back, she decided to ask the child what the child ate, and the child told her even the food that was in the flask, the other girl ate it. And then she called the girl that hasn't she warned her from using her children's spoons. That was how it started. And the girl was like, but she was already cooking food and she washed the plate, so she just decided to eat it so that it will not waste. The woman, she didn't want to say that it's the food the girl ate that was actually annoying her. She was blaming it on the utensils that the girl used. That why would she use her children's utensils? And that was how she began.
So it's more of like she had this thing of that favoritism of, okay, these are my children's things. Don't touch my children's things. These are your own things. Is that diversity?
So Felicity, if you are that child and you are being tortured and beaten every day, will you treat her children nice? Will you be able to treat them nice?
I think that it has to do with it because that's a very, very hard question. For me, it's possible that I still would, but there will be that what should I call it? There will be that hatred in my heart
for who?
For the mother, of course, because the children are quite innocent in that case. It's the mother that is, treating her badly. So there'll be that hatred in my heart. Like, why would you be doing? In fact, for me, if it's me, Seth, I think I'll go. I'll even leave.
You will run away.
I'll run away.
What about you?
Well, for me, I will not run away. I will run away, but I will not pour the anger on the child because the child is innocent. Yes, she's innocent. I will try to, win the woman's heart. Yes, I'll win her heart. But if it's not possible, then I will run away, but I'll leave.
So you all think it's possible to actually keep a good relationship with children and avoid the mother?
Yes.
Okay, so
it's good to keep. Yes, it's possible.
Okay.
Yes, you can keep a good relationship with the children, but it's not as if you are avoiding the mother completely. But you don't just want to be in her lane. You don't want to
have any issues with her. You
are trying to avoid issues. So anything that that is going to bring problem between the mother, you avoid it. So if it's someone that is reasonable enough, if you are good to the child, if you are treating the child well, and she is maltreating you, she will know that what she's doing is wrong, and at a point she will see sense in what you're doing. She will even see as a good person. So she will like say repent from her ways and start treating you nice. But if the environment is not convenient for you, it's not okay for you, and she persistently does that to you, that's when you know that this is time for you to leave or let go.
Okay, so there are also some nannies that don't take it lightly. Like in 2011, there was this video of a house help that thoroughly beat this child up because of how the parents treated her, and she was stomping on the child, doing all sorts of things and just maltreating the child like that. And somehow somebody recorded all that was happening and then kept it for the woman.
Instead of going to go and help the child, they are recording.
He recorded it and kept it for the woman to come and see. And so I feel like if you give that child a sense of belonging, he will actually do better, as
Yes.
much as even safeguard your child from harm.
Because that relationship is very important.
Because
you're
you're not even around.
You're not around.
You don't know what
exactly.
happens. That child relates with the house help on a daily basis. The food they eat is the house help that prepares it. So why would you not treat them nice? There's a tweet I saw last week or a few weeks back of this girl that is an African lady actually that went to be a house help in Dubai, and when she was coming back, this man's children were all crying, and when they say they should go back home, they will run to the plane where the girl was, and she had to come back, and the parents were begging her that they would triple the salary.
Okay.
They will even increase it by any amount she calls that they are willing to do, because they're career people. And somehow she built a very, very strong
relationship
and understanding relationship with these children. So much so that they were able to relate their emotions with her, and she was also able to be of good impact in the lives of these children. So the kind of acceptance, the environment you put your children and these nannies in will bring out the best in any person.
All right.
Even if the person wants to be evil, you will bring out the best in that person.
Yes, and I would say a good nanny encourages the child, like they bring out the best in the child. So when there's a story I saw online, there's this nanny that was brought to the house to take care of her master's child. Yes, she helped the guy to learn, like she literally treats the guy how to read, taught him morals and skill acquisition. So when the child grew up and the nanny was no longer in the house, when there was a time like, okay, he met her on the road and was like, what happened? I've not been seeing you. What happened? Because he traveled. When he grew up, he traveled out of the country.
Okay.
So when he returned, he now met her on the road. I was like, what happened? Do you know that from that process, the guy like literally changed the nanny's life?
Okay.
So why did he do that? Because of how the nanny treated him. Like
when he was young,
when he was small.
Exactly.
Yes, she helped him, like taught him skills, like treat him good morals, like helped him. She supported him. So when a nanny treats a child well, the child is not blind.
Yes, they are seeing.
Yes.
And even if they don't know how to understand it at that point in time, they will understand it.
Yes. Anything you do to a child, whether good or bad, just know that even after 20 years, that child will remember what has happened or what happened. There was this white guy that actually looked for his nanny and came to one of these Eastern African countries. And by the time he came to meet the nanny, she was already almost 70 years. And she was so happy to see him. He said the nanny will always teach him to be nice. He should not be a racist and the rest. You know, all those days when slavery was a very, very serious issue at the time. So he was so happy to see her. So what did you think the impact of that nanny was on that child? He taught him good manners. He taught him how to be a good man, a better person. She taught him how to be polite, and she taught him basic things he needed to know about life and living with people. So if you treat a nanny nice, or if a nanny is nice, don't force them to be bad. Just give them that environment that they need to also grow and understand things that happen around here. So you were also asking about the disadvantages. There are still a lot of disadvantages, but then so many people look at the disadvantageous side. Believe me, when you take a nanny, you are not just helping your children, you're also extending hand to that family that you took that nanny from, because you are aiding to teach the nanny other basic things they need to know, introduce them to a better life, and maybe even educate them on how to live life afterwards. So treating them well is a plus for you and also a plus on their part.
But are there disadvantages? Like, do you think that the nanny, like the nanny can influence the child like in a bad way?
Yes, exactly. So when we started, you said there are some nannies that after treating them nice, they will still turn and still be so bad or of disadvantage to your children. Yes, there are so many of them like that. There are some nannies that I know of a story of this girl that she didn't want to leave her parents in the village and come and nanny anybody's child, and they forced her to come here, and they told her that if she comes here she will go to school and she will be all of that. But she wanted to be in the village. She didn't want to even come to the town and be anybody's nanny, because she wanted freedom. And when she came here, they had to restrict her, no going out. If you want to go out, it's just the market or wherever you're going to buy something, and then you come back. And she started showing them pepper.
Okay.
In fact, when the woman leaves, she cooks when she wants. And if she cooks this food, if you dare misbehave, you're not eating.
Wow.
And so she started leaving them at home. She would just leave them secretly, go where she wants to go to, and then come back and meet them, and everybody is scattered, but before the woman comes back, she will beat the children and leave them. So one day the woman now went to work and just came back unexpectedly, and she was nowhere to be found. So it happened like more than 3 times, 4 times. She will come back and discover that the children are not at home. So she just decided to close work that day earlier than usual. And she came back home, and she waited till 7. She was not yet back. Now the woman normally comes back from work by 8, so the girl will just come back by 7, bathe them, do what she wants to do, and then put everybody to
just
sleep.
like preparing them for when their mother comes
and then
back.
just put everybody to sleep, and they'll be like, they had a lot of fun today, too much play, and this is what happened. So when she came back, by the time I met the woman at home, she was shocked. And when they began to ask her questions, she was saying she didn't want to come here, but she was so hardworking. And the woman was asking her, didn't she do enough for her? What does she want? Why didn't she tell her anything that she wanted to do? And meanwhile, she didn't want that kind of lifestyle where you have to stay in the gates all through.
But
So
I feel like in this particular situation, if that woman actually had that bond that we've been talking about with her children, they would have told her instead of her like having to find out by herself.
Yes, and then there are also so many disadvantages because of the kind of impacts nannies have on children. There are some nannies that actually molest children when their parents are not around because they are being forced to like stay together with the children. There was a story that happened some time back where this woman brought a male person to actually come and nanny her girls, and along the line a lot of things got wrong, and he started molesting these children. And you see, what was taken away from them can never be recovered.
Exactly.
But then,
yes.
These are the
and
impacts.
that thing, it actually causes traumas.
Yes,
in the heads of them, because they will never forget.
True.
They will never
Very
forget,
true.
no matter what.
So no matter how busy a person can get, you should always find time, just as Wandoo said, and have one-on-one conversations and make sure that your relationship with your children is not bad. And no matter how career person you are, you should make sure that taking care of your children is under your schedule.
And always monitor like what is happening in the house and all of that.
And do you know there are some nannies that influences a child's decision?
Yes.
You might want to do something so spectacular for that child, thinking the child is, and the nanny that is already wired and has a lot of knowledge will be like, this thing is not like this, not like this, and then he's trying to put a sense of dissatisfaction in that child, and that child doesn't want the ordinary things you now give to that person. They want extraordinary things that even the nanny can benefit from. Just imagine you want to, let's say, get a skirt for the nanny and or for the child, and the nanny is already exposing these children to things that like indecent dressings and bad behaviors. Because these nannies are staying with your children, or these house helps are staying with your children, and they also need to, live exemplary lives as much as no matter what the bad sides they have in front of the children. They should be able to live exemplary lives that these children can follow. But then, if the nanny is not living that kind of life, trust me that child will want to emulate any kind of character that nanny will have. There are so many stories of the nanny that was so stubborn. You talk to her, she talks to, and the children are doing it.
And
even when
the children, they will actually do it because they are. One thing about children actually like they kind of imitate more than they listen. So it's more of like, okay, this is what I saw my mother doing. This is what I saw my nanny doing, and then they'll just start imitating it, whether they want to imitate it or not. Because when you are around people, sometimes you just tend to pick up from those the people's characters and behaviors without you even wanting to do that. Yes. True. So this is the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show. My name is Felicity Girgir, and I'm here with
Wandoo Tortya.
I'm Rita Shamiga.
And this morning on the Speed Lane, we're talking about house helps and nannies. All these people who, bring in family relatives to take care of their children and all of that. Are there advantages? Are there disadvantages to it? You can call in and share with us quickly before we go. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That's 0808 427 5464. And we are also streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. So you can watch live on Facebook and even leave a comment if you have something to say. So like on the final note, because we are running out of time, what are those qualities that you look at before you bring a relative or anybody to take care of your child?
Okay, so first of all, it should have to be with the character. If that child child is does that child know, what does that child love to do, and you know, if you're bringing the child to the house, you should be able to understand that child better. Or even if you have not understood the child before, find time to understand the child's gestures, movements, and then ability to respond or accept change. So that's the first part. And as much as you are a career person, try and find or have time to spend with your children and even your nannies or your house help,
so that you'll be able to understand
them. Yeah, so basically it's about understanding them and provide an environment that will not force them to be the people you don't want them to be. So yes, you need to treat them with love as well.
Wandoo, what about you? What are those you look for in a nanny before you bring them into your house?
Okay, one of the qualities I will look for in a nanny before bringing them to my house is I will know the person. Like, let me have a one-on-one conversation with the person, or even know how the person behaves, attitude, behavior, and other experiences, how they've nannied someone else's child, their behaviors towards
if
children.
If they are kind, if they are caring, if they are loving, patient.
And what actually made them to go back home? You need to find out those
as well. Yes. So I'll make my own findings about this person, and I'll not just relax on my own findings. After finding them, I will know this person. Will I say, okay, after I bring the person to my house, there'll be a test. Like, sometimes I'll go to work and come back earlier, so that I'll know what this person has been doing at my absence when I'm not around, how the person related to my child. So I will not depend only on the person's experiences, the ones I've heard. I'll also want to know on my own, or a personal relationship with the person.
So for the final qualities, that child needs to be truthful.
Yes.
Just tell the truth.
All right, and that's it for the Speed Lane on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. This morning we have been talking about house helps and nannies, asking why people trust nannies to take care of their children, and the advantages and the disadvantages to it, and all of that. And that's it for the Speed Lane. We've come to the end of the show. Coming up next at 10 p.m. is King James 90s Top 10. Until then, keep enjoying music of your life.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.